Hello, everybody got Nathalia for free at the launch of the game. So I figure what I would do today is walk you guys through my Nathalia, my build, and how I use her. What I'm going to show you here is my Nathalia, and she's almost 100% max. We're getting there. Now, Nathalia doesn't have to be 100% max to be usable. However, I do really believe her Ascension effect is going to help her a lot. If you look at it here, every positive effect, abilities affect one extra enemy. However, your damage is increased by 10% for every buff she has on herself. When this is paired with the way her passive works, then you can obviously see where she's going to get a large amount of increased damage. Now, Nathalia is quite good for a few reasons, but mostly because she does vast amounts of AoE damage when paired with buffs from her passive, and you will be able to nuke through waves. Primarily, I use her in Ash 12, which I'm going to show you. Now, I have no gear on her now, so I'm going to equip the gear. That way, I can show you guys exactly what I use. If you're wondering about her abilities, I do highly recommend using maxed out abilities on her. It is worth putting the skills on her. Now, as far as gear looks, I'm looking primarily for attack percentage with good secondaries. I'm going to be moving my camera here so you can see these secondaries. Now, this is attack percentage with lots of flat attack roll, but no crit rate or crit damage. So we could kind of peek through all of my boots here if we go to just boots and kind of try to find what we like. Now, there is the option of doing speed, and if we do actually put speed on her, it should make her faster than other people on my team, meaning if she goes first, hopefully she can one-shot waves in order to save us from having to waste turns on other people and make our runs longer. So I'm going to put the speed boots on her, but if you don't have really good stats, you could do the attack percentage as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put those boots on her. Now, if we go to the chest plate, again, I'm looking for high damage, good stats. Now, I know I have this piece which has crit rate, crit damage row, and is basically my best chest plate at the moment, right next to this guy. So I am going to be putting this one on her. Now, let's go with the weapon and look at the weapon. Let's see if we can get a good pairing here. There's 24% crit rate on that weapon, but not a lot of attack. Look at this one here, 9% crit rate, but I rolled attack 3 times, as well as focus, which doesn't really matter on her. So I'm going to go with the attack percentage because I'm really looking for raw damage. Same thing with the helmet. We're looking for raw damage. So I'm going to go ahead and take this one, which is crit damage, crit rate, and attack, and that will give us 3 attack pieces so far and 1 health chest piece. Now I'm looking for a ring. Now the ring, if I can get 100% crit rate without a crit rate ring, like this one for instance, then I'm going to be looking for something like this ring where it's a crit damage, or like this ring where it's crit damage with a little bit more flat attack on it. So I'm going to be going with this crit damage ring in order to do more pure damage. However, if I need a crit, I could also go with something like this, which has 22% crit rate and 38% damage as well. So there is other styles you can go with. So basically what you're seeing is I'm continually picking ones that are attack percentage with good crit stats. I'm looking for as much damage as possible, and if you look here at this one, this is 50% attack and it has a good crit rate stat, so I could pick that one as well. And you can see I only have a 3 set bonus of these, so I think I'm actually going to try to pick something that gives me the set bonus like this one, and that will in fact give me more attack. And there we have it. Stats are completed, and if we actually look at her stats now, we can see the crit rate is actually 82%. So that's not what we want. We want a little bit more crit rate. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back in here, and I know that there was a way I could get more crit rate, because if I remember correctly, there was the ring here. So this ring will give us 22% more crit rate. We'll lose 12% crit damage, but we'll get a little bit more crit rate, lose a little bit of attack. I'm okay with that. We're going to put that on. And now if we go back and we look at our stats, there we go, 104% crit rate, so we're just over it. That is how I'm going to gear the Nathalia. Now I'm going to gear out the rest of my Ash team, and I'm going to go ahead and put her in the Ash Magistrate Dungeon. That way you can see what it actually looks like to play with her. Okay, here we go. So this is effectively how I use her. You see she's really good in the waves. You can do defense down as one, then you can use the rage aura as the other, and that's going to be enough to clear through the waves. And then you get going on the actual Ash itself, and it can be a rather long run. But you understand the idea of how she clears the minions. She effectively just keeps the buffs up from other people, one-shots the wave, and you're pretty much good to go. With it being a new season, everyone at the very top isn't that highly rated. However, if you look at it, the people near the top are using Nathalia. Now, this might just be because the season resetted and newer players are here, but what I want to tell you is that Arena was using Nathalia before they even gave it out to everyone. You can see here, people are still using Nathalia to climb the ladder, no problem. Nathalia is also very good at clearing the campaign and pairs very well with some of the other heroes that you can get out of your legendary rookie summons that you get when you start the game. For this reason, once you get Nathalia, you should 100% max her out. It is amazing, and I am extremely surprised they're giving you this hero for free at the start of the game. This is a very generous hero. It's a really good hero and is vastly used by the majority of high-end players across almost all aspects of the game, all the way into in-game. You want to build her strong, you want to build her faster than the waves, and you want to try to get her as maxed out as possible. It's RNG to get the Ascensions. However, you can grind some Ascensions for free. I would recommend you get into Arena using her, as it is much easier now as it is just the launch of the game. With that being said, if this video helped you at all, consider either subscribing or liking the video, as both of those will help me, and I'm going to continue to make guides for every hero.